ешбір халықта жоқ. Жалғыз ғана.
From the ancient times, the Kazakh people adhered to a sacred and unique tradition called Kelin Shai. The tradition implies a newly arrived daughter-in-law first duty to serve tea. You're watching Kazakh Live Dastur.
Сіздермен бірге Qazaq Live Dastur бағдарламасы.
Today, the guest of our program is a writer, a member of Kazakhstan Union of Writers, an ethnographer, a journalist, Abay Mauqarullah. He will tell us in detail about this wonderful tradition, which was passed down from generations to generations and revived as a good intention. Welcome to our studio. Hello, thank you. The aim of our program is to raise awareness among people on the Kazakh traditions and customs, associated rites. Please, would you be so kind to tell us about Kelin Shai tradition?
Kelin Shai дәстүр жайында айтып берсеңіз.
The tradition of Kelin Shai reflects the culture of hearty relations and esteem towards each other. Kazakh people cherish their rich steppe culture that had been passed down through generations. Such ancient culture contributed to formation of strong bonds between people. Family relations were especially valued. There are different ways to express warm relations among relatives and show their significance. The rite of Kelin Shai is a manifestation of respect towards relatives. It reflects strong family ties, upbringing in the Kazakh family. Let's discuss the essence of this tradition. Kazakhs are not allowed to have marriage relations within 7 generations. This is such an ancient law, thanks to which we protect the purity of blood. Yes, we protect blood purity. Yes, you're right. Therefore, marriages were permitted only after the 7th generation. The newly arrived daughter-in-law, in fact, is a completely strange person who came from other part of the country. She doesn't know anybody in this village. This means entering a brand new set of established traditions in a completely different household. From the moment the daughter-in-law arrived in the village, she should be accustomed to learn, to get acquainted with the new environment, to get involved into new life. In the future, she will become a mother, then an elder woman of this village. And the first step on this path of exploring is a beautiful Kelin Shai tradition.
Сол дәстүрді бастайтын бір керемет дәстүр.
A young woman changes her status, becoming a daughter-in-law to a family where there are respectable elder people. In addition, there are all relatives of the husband, relatives of the father-in-law, and so on. The village is large and all people want to get acquainted with new member of the family. All the families in the village begin to invite her to home. It's crucial to first let her know that she is welcome. Guests enter the house with their right foot. Needless to say, the daughter-in-law is not seated at the head of the table. She sits on the right side. The daughter-in-law is accompanied by her sisters-in-law. A rich dastarkhan is laid for a newly arrived daughter-in-law. For example, there is a dish called Kelin tamaq, made of lamb and includes brisket with meat. It's believed that this is a favorite dish of daughters-in-law.
Келін табақтың енді ол ет қой негізінде. Ол етке төстік салады. Төстік сол келіннің сүйіп жейтін тамақ.
Abamesum is also included. Yes, we call it oltabar. Ankle bone is added as well. Of course, all sorts of sweets and pastries are served on the table, but now we're talking about a specific dish. You told us how guests are welcomed first in the village. Now please tell us about the tradition when daughter-in-law serves tea. There are two essential moments in this rite. First, the daughter-in-law, of course, pours tea to her father-in-law and mother-in-law. This is a sign of respect towards parents. This shows the level of upbringing of the daughter-in-law. She must be able to make tea. Tea should be delicious. This way, daughter-in-law shows her reverence to a new family. The next step, signifying her good manners, is the way she lays the table, pours tea, and serves the guests. The parents are elder people, therefore it's essential to treat them with delicious dish and soft foods. This is the main purpose of Kelin Shai rite. Parents-in-law have relatives. According to the tradition, they come to see and welcome a newly arrived daughter-in-law. But don't criticize her. The daughter-in-law should give them a hearty welcome, show her good manners. The tea ceremony, during which the daughter-in-law demonstrates her upbringing, paves the way to formation of certain etiquette in a new family. She should be kind and polite with her spouses, parents, as well as relatives. Welcome them heartily. She should develop and strengthen good relations with members of the family. Certainly, she was taught good manners at home of her father, but in a new family there is a set of established rules, as well as rights. So the daughter-in-law should follow them. Therefore, her mother-in-law teaches her courteously.
Мектеп болып тұр ғой бұл жерде. Бірақ енді бұл кезде ол үйінен де үйреніп келді ғой бәрін. Бірақ келген жерді үйретеді оған. Апасы үйретеді.
Sisters-in-law also can teach her. Yes, sisters-in-law should support her, as she arrived to a strange village. People in this village follow other traditions. There are many villages in this country, and every village has its set of established customs. Therefore, there are many varieties of traditions. The way these traditions are represented is also different. She brings some new customs and is encouraged to learn different ones in a new place. She adopts new traditions. The daughter-in-law brings something new into this family as well as learns their rules. The ceremony of Kelin Shai contributes to formation of warm relations in a family. With such a simple ceremony, the daughters-in-law learn etiquette and courtesy between relatives. Right. There is no such tradition in other nations. And what are other features of this rite? As I have said before, Kazakh people formed unique steppe culture. Our rich culture is reflected in ancient sacred traditions. It's a deeply rooted, comprehensive theme. We touched upon only one of the elements of Kelin Shai, which is an important aspect in the formation of culture of family relations. We said that the daughter-in-law should serve tea respectfully, in compliance with etiquette. This is the indicator of good manners. There are certain rules while tea serving. The daughter-in-law should give tea politely. When she gives a tea bowl to a guest, she should do it with courtesy, stepping aside. She shouldn't turn her back. Yes, she should sit herself with her knees bent. Then she pours tea. She should somehow look down. She shouldn't look straight in the eyes. It's impolite to meet someone's eyes. The daughter-in-law doesn't look straight in the eyes, and her father-in-law does not look in the face of her daughter-in-law. This reflects good etiquette and is a sign of respect. And while pouring tea, the daughter-in-law should not make noise and clatter the dishes. This is also a kind of art. She should quietly use a spoon when pouring tea. Yes, silently. This is all about art. It seems to us that these are simple things. Actually, not at all. This is an indicator of good manners and courtesy to pour tea to everyone without noise and fuss. An indicator of culture as well. Yes, you're right. The meaning of the rite is to render respect. Respect and reverence begin from a simple tea ceremony, Kelin Shai. The first opinion about the daughter-in-law is made by the way she holds this rite. She doesn't pour too much tea in the bowl, and it should not be too hot. The daughter-in-law should watch if she poured tea for the elders in the right way. So the daughter-in-law is obliged to pour tea silently, not to pour too much and control tea temperature. This is wonderful. There are many moments that we may not notice. For example, when the daughter-in-law serves a tea bowl, she must make sure that a man had taken it tight. This is also a sign of courtesy and respect. All this contributes to the formation of proper, favorable relations between the daughter-in-law and her husband's relatives. This is a sign of good manners. Good upbringing starts this way. The waiters of the world's most luxurious restaurants and hotels are specifically taught how to serve, to behave, not to pour too much beverage and monitor the temperature of the drink. And from the time immemorial, the wise Kazakh people taught their daughters-in-law the same standards. They were required to observe the rules just like the waiters of the prestigious places. This is a Kelin Shai tradition. This tradition reflects the level of respect and wisdom. Thank you, Abai, for coming to the studio and sharing so many useful information with our viewers. Let the Kazakh daughters-in-law always be dignified and serve delicious tea. I wish everyone to be well. Thank you. I wish you success in the pursuit of the revival and promotion of folk customs. I'm a native of Sararka region. On the second day after the wedding, people come to drink tea served by the daughter-in-law and in general welcome her in a new village. In most cases, other women, older daughters-in-law, arrange all preparations for the ceremony. And the newly arrived daughter-in-law, wearing a kerchief on her head, comes out to the late table. In our region, the tables are round, low, and not rectangular. Usually 2-3 tables are organized. Men sit at the head of the table and women next to them. Daughter-in-law comes out to the guests and pours tea for everyone. People greet her and give her blessings. Tea can be served from samovar or from a teapot. This is how a newly arrived daughter-in-law treats everyone with tea. After that, the elders give their blessing to her and extend good wishes. I got married 40 years ago in Turkestan. At that time, people didn't follow Kelin Shai tradition. This rite is becoming more popular nowadays, since the Kazakh people are in pursuit to revive ancient traditions. After wedding celebration, people come to see daughter-in-law, and she in turn sets dastarkhan and serves tea to the guests. She pours tea half bowl and serves it politely. This is a kind of art and an act of showing respect. Kelin Shai ceremony means much to our people. As far as I know, the daughters-in-law of Qazaq wear beautiful festive dresses for Kelin Shai and treat relatives, guests with tea. They bless her, give kurumduk, gifts intended for seeing a bride, and wish her happiness. This is a tradition when neighbors, relatives come to tea and congratulate the family with the newly arrived daughter-in-law. Relatives should come and taste the daughter-in-law's tea. This is an ancient rite, tradition of the Kazakh people. Let the tea served by daughters-in-law be tasty and her life happy and peaceful. Everyone is happy to welcome a new member of the family, long-awaited daughter-in-law. Elders are excited about the growth of their family. The next guest of our program is the woman who recently experienced such happiness, the hold of the Order of Kurmet and the breastplate of Ibray Altınsarin, an honorable teacher and respected mother, Zafira Shakirbay Qazı. Welcome to our studio. It's nice to see you. I congratulate you. Thank you. I congratulate you with a newly arrived daughter-in-law. They say that the daughter-in-law brings prosperity and fortune to the family. Amen. How many children do you have? How many daughters-in-law do you have? I won't say exactly how many children I have, but I will say that this is not my first daughter-in-law. There is a Kazakh proverb, raise children until they grow up, and then grandchildren until you die. I married my sons off. We celebrated 3 weddings. And this is my younger daughter-in-law. She is the wife of my eldest grandson. This is wonderful. Now I feel completely different. When my children got married, there were different feelings. I didn't entirely understand the way to express my emotions. I worried much about wedding issues, and now my grandson's wife is my junior daughter-in-law. I'm very excited to welcome and share my knowledge with her. Our dear and wise mothers are always excited to welcome a daughter-in-law to her family. It's necessary to give a heartwarming welcome. This feeling can't be described in words. I am sure that no customs have been forgotten. Did you follow all the traditions?
Барлығын жасаған шығарсыз, салт дәстүрді ұстаған шығарсыз.
Of course, it's an essential part of life to follow our traditions. When a daughter-in-law just crosses the threshold of her spouse's house, we hold the ceremony отқа май құяр.
Ал енді сол бет ашып болғаннан кейін келіннің келін шай беруге міндетті.
Then we cover her head with a kerchief and hold the next rite betashar. And after that, the daughter-in-law should follow Kelin Shai ceremony. With this aim, my elder daughter-in-law, Gulbarshin, and my daughters-in-law mother set the table, invited close relatives, and they're treated with Kelin Shai. During the rite, the guests evaluate my daughters-in-law manners, her bringing, and the level of etiquette.
Барлығы сынға алынып отырады сол жерде.
Yes, you're right.
Кісілер батасын беріп жаңаққа.
The elder people give their blessings. Everyone noted that my daughter-in-law was raised decently in a worthy family. Guests came with a good intent and presented their gifts to her.
Сыйлықтарын тарту етіп жатты.
So the daughter-in-law pours tea for everyone and the guests present gifts to her. Yes, they present gifts at the end of the ceremony. At the very end, when the guests give their blessing, people share happiness with us and they're grateful to us for cherishing our folk traditions. Guests come to the table with their gifts. They express gratitude and present gifts to our daughter-in-law. They're delighted with such a treatment. This is the way it takes place. The main purpose of Kelin Shai is for the daughter-in-law to show her manners and upbringing. During the ceremony, other daughters-in-law help her. First of all, this shows the level of relations. This is a step towards formation of hearty relations between other members of the family. They will support her in some difficult moments. This is the educational meaning of the Kelin Shai tradition.
Келін шайдың үлкен бір керемет тәрбиесі бар екенін айтып өткім келеді.
Шай құйған
Kazakh people say, "Let your morning greeting go well."
таң сәлемің сәтті болсын дейді. Келін міндетті түрде.
In the early morning, the daughter-in-law is obliged to bow to her parents-in-law, and her next duty is to offer tea. These are ancient rites which signify daughters-in-law esteem towards her spouse's family. People believed that if a daughter-in-law skillfully copes with her duties, she will become a good mistress in the family. There is a saying, have a tea and feel grateful. As I said, my daughter-in-law treated everyone with delicious tea, received blessings, and all the guests were pleased with such a hearty welcome. She treated them with respect, thus showing her having been raised in a worthy family. And each guest wanted to take something from the table as a good intent. Everyone wished to be blessed with a worthy daughter-in-law. I can confidently say that the daughter-in-law was able to please everyone. I didn't come empty-handed. Come to the table, please, and my daughter-in-law will pour tea for you. Now you will see an improvised ceremony of Kelin Shai.
Дәстүрдің куәсі болыңыздар.
Thank you. Let's go to the studio and have Kelin Shai from the hands of a young daughter-in-law.
Келіннің келін шайын тамашалайық.
Kelin Shai is the continuation of a significant festive event, as well as the first and constant duty of the daughter-in-law in a new family. So we gathered at the table.
Мәнді де мәңгі қызметі. Міне біз дастархан басына жиналдық. Келініміз қазір келеді. Міндетті түрде келгеннен кейін келін
Now, our dear daughter-in-law will come and give a bow separately to Dastarkhan, guests into the house. Let's welcome her.
Тағы да сәлем етеді. Ал келінімізді қарсы алайық.
Be happy. She greeted her new home, and now she bowed to the guests. Be happy. I wish you a happy and a long life. Live long, my dear. The daughter-in-law wants to pour tea for everyone. We want to ask the elder man to give his blessing before we begin the ceremony. The whole ceremony will begin only after the Qazaq gives his permission.
Қызметінің рұқсаты үлкен кісіден болады.
May the God bless all and protect from troubles. May people be protected from evil. May people be healthy and prosperous. I wish you happiness in a new life. Amen. Amen. Let it be so. Now let's have a tea and treat ourselves with delicious meal. Please help yourself. During the ceremony, the daughter-in-law should pour tea gently and slowly. She should pour tea to guests in sequence. She has to be careful and make no mistakes.
Жас ерекшелігіне байланысты.
As you see, first she treats her father-in-law with tea.
Келін шайды атасына берді.
Then her eldest mother-in-law is served with tea, and so on. Guests must be treated with tea in order of procession. The newly arrived daughter-in-law may not know many guests of the village. Therefore, an experienced elder sister-in-law is seated nearby.
Барлық ақпаратты құлағына сыбырлап жеткізіп отырады.
She helps the daughter-in-law and teaches her how to serve tea in a right way.
Кімнің кім екенін, кімнен кейін кімге кесе бару керек екенін сол түсіндіріп жанында отырады.
With this beautiful Kelin Shai costume, we give the final touches to our program. May all the Kazakh daughters-in-law bow in the morning to parents, be gracious, and may their tea be delicious. I wish happiness to your families. You watched Kazakh Live Dastur program. See you soon.
Qazakh Live Dastur бағдарламасы амандықта жолыққанша ағайын.